The Messy Masterpiece: Finding Wholeness in a Broken Healing Journey. I recently had the extraordinary privilege of interviewing Bunny Blash, a visionary whose work has fundamentally transformed how we understand authentic healing. Her insights cut through the noise of performative wellness culture with such clarity that I haven't stopped thinking about our conversation since. Bunny isn't just sharing wisdom, she's igniting a revolution in how we approach healing, particularly for Black women who have been told for generations to be strong at the expense of being whole. Her courage to stand in her truth when the world demands we package our healing in pretty marketable boxes is nothing short of revolutionary. Have you ever noticed how we've commercialized healing? How we've turned it into this Instagram worthy journey with perfect lighting and carefully curated captions. 10 steps to heal your trauma, the 30-day emotional detox challenge, as if healing from life's deepest wounds could be condensed into a checklist or a before and after transformation post. But what Bunny reminded me, what she's reminding all of us, is that real healing isn't linear. It isn't pretty. And it certainly doesn't fit into a TikTok transition. Real healing is messy, inconvenient, often invisible to others, and absolutely essential. During our conversation, Bunny shared something that stopped me in my tracks. Healing coexists with hurting. Let that sink in for a moment. Healing coexists with hurting. We don't have to wait until we're fixed to start healing. We don't have to pretend we're not still hurting to prove we're healing. The two states aren't mutually exclusive. They're dance partners, sometimes stepping on each other's toes, sometimes moving in perfect harmony. This first truth from Bunny's wisdom is revolutionary for Black women who've been told to be strong, to push through, to keep it moving. We can heal while still hurting. We can grieve while still being grateful. We can fall apart while still being divine. I'm reminded of Bunny's own entrepreneurial transformation. Here was a college dropout facing immense societal pressure about what success should look like, all while navigating personal loss and grief. The conventional path would have been to push those feelings aside, to fake it till you make it, to present a polished version of herself to the world. Instead, Bunny chose authenticity. She embraced her journey, messy parts and all, and used her experiences as the foundation for helping others. Through her platform, The Bunny, she's built a community that values intentional living and personal definitions of success. What's powerful about Bunny's approach is that it wasn't born from having everything figured out. It came from necessity, finding ways to survive and thrive through profound loss and transformation. Her work has inspired countless individuals to make confident, intentional choices aligned with their true selves rather than external expectations. There's something deeply liberating about acknowledging that healing doesn't have to look perfect to be real. That sometimes the most powerful healing happens in the quiet moments when no one is watching, when we're not performing our wellness for an audience, when we're simply being honest with ourselves about where we are. And that brings me to the second truth from Bunny's wisdom. Your healing journey is uniquely yours. There's no timeline, no perfect process, no one size fits all approach. What matters is that you honor your truth and recognize that healing may come in waves through different practices and at its own pace. Society loves to tell Black women how we should heal, how we should process grief, how we should handle trauma, how quickly we should bounce back, how we should show up after we've been broken. But Bunny reminds us that the only healing journey that matters is the one that honors your unique needs, your unique pain, and your unique path forward. Consider Ashley Yo's approach with her Cozy Cup of Calm platform. Ashley created a mental health and healing haven centered around creative art therapy and self care practices. She recognized that healing often happens in small, consistent moments rather than grand gestures. Instead of prescribing a one size fits all solution, Ashley developed a comprehensive approach combining creative expression, journaling, planning, and other practical tools that people can integrate into their daily lives. She built an extensive library of resources that help people find calm through chaos via creative therapy and other practices. What's beautiful about Ashley's work is the recognition that healing tools can look different for everyone. Some might find peace through the journaling, others through coloring, others through planning. The method isn't what matters, it's the authenticity of the practice and how it serves your specific needs. I've always been fascinated by how we tend to judge healing methods based on how they look rather than how they feel. We gravitate toward the practices that seem sophisticated or profound, dismissing the simple acts that might actually serve us best. But healing isn't about impressing others, it's about what brings you back to yourself when you feel scattered, what grounds you when you feel uprooted, what comforts you when you feel broken. This brings me to Bunny's third truth, perhaps the most powerful of all: strength lives in softness. For generations, Black women have been told that our strength is in our ability to endure, to push through, to carry impossible burdens without complaint. We've been celebrated for our resilience while being denied the space to be vulnerable, to rest, to heal. But Bunny's experience teaches us that true healing isn't about fixing what's broken, but reclaiming what's sacred, including the parts of ourselves that feel forgotten, unworthy, or lost. Being vulnerable isn't weakness, it's courage. I think about Akil's philosophy of living fully. Akil embodies the understanding that life isn't about longevity, but about depth and quality of experience. His mantra: I don't ride a bike to add days to my life, I ride a bike to add life to my days, reflects a profound shift from productivity and achievement to meaningful presence. Akil's journey shows us that healing isn't always about fixing or extending life, but about enriching each moment we have. It's about transforming everyday activities into opportunities for joy, presence, and healing. His approach inspires us to reconsider our relationship with time, productivity, and what constitutes a well lived life. This philosophy aligns perfectly with what Bunny teaches us about softness. When we release the need to be productive in our healing, when we stop measuring our progress against someone else's timeline, when we allow ourselves to simply be present with our pain rather than trying to overcome it on schedule, that's when true healing begins. As Sister Audre Lorde reminded us, caring for myself is not self indulgence, it is self preservation, and that is an act of political warfare. In a world that expects Black women to be endlessly strong, choosing softness is revolutionary. I want to share something that Bunny said during our interview that I've been carrying with me. Let that be enough. Whatever healing looks like for you today, whether it's finally getting out of bed, setting a boundary, having a good cry, or celebrating a small victory, let that be enough. Your healing doesn't need to look Instagram perfect to be real and transformative. It doesn't need to follow anyone else's timeline. It doesn't need to be productive or profitable or presentable. It just needs to be authentic to you. I'm challenging you today to create your own healing toolkit, not based on trends or what looks good on social media, but on what genuinely supports you. Start by identifying one practice that helps you feel connected to yourself when you're hurting. It might be journaling late at night, taking a quiet walk, creating art, or simply allowing yourself to cry in the shower. Whatever it is, honor it as valid and sacred. Remember Bunny's words. Let that be enough. The truth is, we're all walking around with wounds, some fresh, some scarred over, some we've forgotten we even have until something or someone bumps against them. And in a world that profits from our insecurities and sells us solutions to problems we didn't know we had, choosing to heal on your own terms is a radical act of self love. So today I'm asking you to do something revolutionary. I'm asking you to put down the titanium cape, to step into your softness, to honor your unique healing journey, to let go of the timeline and the checklist and the before and after expectations. When you leave this room, I want you to make a promise to yourself. Promise that you will no longer apologize for healing at your own pace. Promise that you will celebrate the small victories that others might not see. Promise that you will recognize your own strength, especially in moments when you feel most broken. Because the world doesn't need more people pretending to be healed. The world needs more people brave enough to be honest about their healing. The messy, non-linear, sometimes backward moving journey that it truly is. Your vulnerability might be exactly what someone else needs to feel less alone in their own struggle. So let us create a new culture of healing, one that honors authenticity over aesthetics, one that values depth over display, one that recognizes that our wounds and our wisdom are often born from the same place. Your healing journey is a messy masterpiece. And as Bunny so powerfully reminds us, that messiness doesn't make it any less beautiful. It makes it real. It makes it yours. And in a world desperate for authenticity, your messy, imperfect healing might be the most profound gift you can offer. Let that be enough. Let you be enough because you are.